little baby gon' give it up. I said her shorty don't fuck this up. She do it proud, but attitude like she Madonna. She think it's song, we're trading that Balenciaga. Yeah.
Good morning, you guys. How are you today? So it is Friday and I am just really craving a easier day. I feel like there's been a lot going on, not just in terms of responsibilities, but just like the energy of the world feels really chaotic, and there's a lot of what ifs and a lot of things up in the air, especially when I will go back to work. We're kind of just waiting. So that is, I think, putting a good amount of pressure on me and all of us. It's just a crazy time. I feel like I've just been more tired and more, I don't know, I think it just consumes a lot of energy. But we're gonna have a somewhat chill day. I mentioned in a previous vlog, I am going to attempt to vlog every day for a week. I've never done this, and if it gets to the point where it's like stressing me out and it's mentally unhealthy, I'm not going to do it. But I'm going to really do my best, and I'm not afraid of working hard. I just don't want to overwhelm myself right now because it's been a very sensitive time. I think this is one of the most, for lack of a better word, like most unstable times I've ever had mentally. And I mentioned in a previous vlog, I did get a therapist recently, which has been wonderful. I have an appointment with her at 11:15. One of the things I really look forward to talking to her about today is sort of the anxiety of resuming life with COVID still going on, but not in the safety of my own home and quarantine. And I know a lot of SDs are going through the same thing. I've had a few of you message me and ask how I'm feeling. And there's no right or wrong answer. I think some of us are innately going to be more anxious and nervous. And then I know there's plenty of us who are just ready to get back to work, hit the ground running. And I think both camps are totally, it's just everyone is different. I'm working on trying to remove some of the fear attached to life, normal life with COVID still going on, because I can't hide forever. And I am somebody who I feel like I can be overly cautious, and sometimes I hold myself back from things just because of a fear. And not to say you shouldn't be careful, but I don't want to let it rule my life and my health, especially since this could be going on for a year or so, and eventually got to get back to work. So those of you who have asked how I'm feeling, I think, and this is what my boss told me, it really is up to every esthetician to kind of like do the self-exploration and decide for yourself if it's something you feel comfortable with in going back to work. I think it's so different for everyone. There's no right or wrong. It's really just what you personally are okay with. So but I look forward to talking to her, to my therapist. It's just kind of nice to have that designated space and time. So if things are going on throughout the week, I will write them down and talk to her. And I think that's another big thing for me. That's as far as personal growth, I've been able to just open up. And I mean, I don't want to waste my time because I only have an hour with her. So I just have been working on diving into whatever's bothering me and just having an honest conversation. And it's not always easy to have those conversations with somebody because that means you have to have it with yourself. But it's a work in progress. I think it is a positive thing. I think only good things can come from therapy, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna make a coffee and get my day started. Packet of the Four Sigmatic adaptogen coffee mix with ashwagandha. My cortisol is through the roof. That's why I've been having this perioral dermatitis flare up per my dermatologist, and I've realized I've been drinking so much coffee in quarantine, and it's not to say coffee is entirely bad, but it has some great antioxidants, but you don't want to overdo it. It's not healthy for the skin. It's not healthy for your mind and body. My anxiety has been raging. So I love the taste of coffee. What I'm going to do is next time I buy groceries is I'm going to buy decaf, and I am doing, instead I would normally have 2 or 3 coffees throughout the day. I'm doing one with this. This gives it the flavor of coffee without going overboard. And I think I'm just going to do this with a little bit of stevia today. So you guys also caught me on a hair wash day. Like, what is going on? So I wanted to show you guys my hair routine right now. What has saved my hair. This is not sponsored, but what has actually, like, I never thought my thin, fragile, colored hair would be able to go months without a trim. Like, I'm usually somebody who needs very frequent trims because my hair just breaks. It's very fragile. So I have to be super delicate, and I feel like after all these years, I finally figured out how to have long, strong, healthy hair that can go months without a cut if it's an emergency in quarantine. I am getting my hair cut on Monday, which I am so excited about. But I'll tell you guys what I do for maintenance, and that is pretty much, a lot of it depends on the Olaplex system. I will wash my hair about every 2 or 3 days, and I start by using the Olaplex number 3 mask. I just put my mom onto this because she's like, what are you doing with your hair? It's never been this long. It's never been this healthy. I was like, Mom, it's that mask I made you buy. You have to use it. So what I do is I will put it on before a workout typically, and I leave it on about 20 to 40 minutes. I used to sleep in it overnight, and my hairstylist told me that that can actually break the hair. It will make it a little bit like gummy, and it can break more easily. So she told me not to do that, which I wouldn't know because it says on the bottle minimum of 10 minutes longer if desired. But she told me that was damaging my hair, and she could see the damage from leaving it in too long. So about 30 minutes is the sweet spot. I am going to put it on. First, I just get my hair damp, and I kind of put it all in my hair, and then I will clip it back so I am not putting a lot of tension on the hair. I'll do my workout, and what's amazing about my therapy is we just do a phone call, and I will actually walk while I talk to her. So it's amazing. I get some movement, some walking in. She's so nice, so chill, and she likes that she doesn't have to stare at the computer screen, so it's kind of a win-win for both of us. But I will show you guys how I put this in my hair. So my hair is damp. You can also put it in after you shampoo, but I think that's annoying to like take a shower, shampoo your hair, get out, put a hair mask on, wait 20 minutes, and then get back in the shower. I feel like it's just not efficient. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so my hair is damp. I got this is like a big size. It was like a limited edition value size that I got during the Sephora sale. Should have got more, but I just spread this all throughout my hair. I focus on the ends and kind of around my baby hairs and the hair that, I mean, really everywhere, but I find the front of my face gets more attention on it from pulling it back in ponytails, which I wear a lot of ponytails, which is not good. So this has really saved my hair. If you are a blonde, if you have breaking, fragile hair, you need this mask. It's not a conditioner, it's just going to rebuild the bonds of the hair. So it's like a pre-shampoo kind of situation, and this really does, it's not a gimmicky thing where it just makes your hair feel soft. Like, it's truly strengthening the integrity of the hair. And then we do a little clippy. My hairstylist told me you don't want to ever put your hair in like an elastic when it's wet, because that is the most damaging. She said a clip is the best option, and to wear your hair in a clip as much as you can, because more repeated tension over time with the ponytails can cause a lot of damage. My SDs who have to wear your hair up, we wear a lot of ponytails, so you might want to consider a little clip. But that's that. I'm going to get a little weight lift session in before my therapy call.
Yeah, I bet little baby gon' give it up. I said her shorty don't fuck this up. She do it proud, but attitude like she Madonna. She think it's song when trading that Balenciaga. Yeah, you rappers trash gon' give it up. I like that man, but you bitches fuck. You ain't do numbers, how you fucking up commas. Yeah, the label you on, that's showing they really don't want you. You ain't wanna do all the things I did. Drop 20 pounds.
Hey guys, so I am fresh out of the shower and just finished my therapy session. I think I need my second bottle. Gotta have a second bottle on deck. But this is a more, I'd say, active toner. It is going to help dissolve congestion and blackheads. We also have a more hydrating version, and they just serve different purposes. Hydration is important for everyone, and that's usually a great toner for everyone to start with, to just balance the pH and ensure they're getting some good hydration. It's going to help bind moisture to the skin with hyaluronic acid before you put on your hydrating products. This one, again, is more for congestion, inflammation, acne, blackheads. So yeah, that is that. I'm going to do some vitamin C next. Tops of hands for my little sunspots. I apologize if you guys are getting sick of watching my skincare routine. I just want to give you skin-related content, and I know a lot of you enjoy the vlog, so this is the most natural way I can think of for now. I'm trying to do a mix of vlogs and sit-down videos in case you guys are sick of one or the other. It gives you more options, but let me know what you like in the comments below, whether it's more educational sit-down videos. Personally, I like those, and I also like watching vlogs. I'm just that person who will put a vlog on while I'm doing something like laundry or just cleaning or unwinding. It's like my background noise. And I'm using the Obagi 20% L-ascorbic acid. Great vitamin C if you can tolerate some stimulation in your skin. However, if you're thinking about your first vitamin C purchase, or you have started to use a vitamin C and you've noticed breakout or changes in your skin, it may be too strong. And that's a really common thing for a lot of people. They don't realize vitamin C can lead to breakout and inflammation. It can be an acid base, so you may want to think about a non-acid derived vitamin C or a lower percentage. I would not recommend out the gate anyone just starting with an L-ascorbic acid 20%. It's probably just too stimulating for most people. Okay. Oh, so excited. Picked up my hydrator from Dermaplus yesterday, and it is a wonderful summer moisturizer. Super light and imparts a lot of hydration to the skin. Has a lot of water-based ingredients like aloe, and it is oil-free, so great if you are kind of combination or oily. I'm not super oily at all. I actually tend to be more on the dry side, but since I am breakout prone, I like to minimize my oils in the warmer months, because sometimes it's just, you know, the amount of layers creating that barrier that can lead to breakout, and I tend to apply a lot of SPF as it is. So some people don't even wear moisturizer in summer and they will just use their sunscreen. I just like to get a little bit of hydration from my moisturizer so I'm not dry. And then I always wear SPF on top. Let's see, I'm going to do a little eye cream. This is the Neova Illuminating Eye Serum with copper peptides. I wanted to show you guys what I use in the shower for my blonde, for my hair. I don't know if you guys are interested in hair, but hair has always been a little bit of a struggle for me finding what works, because my hair is so fine and prone to breakage. So I'm super picky about my hair products, and not being able to get highlights done is honestly probably for the best. It gives my hair a little break. But I wanted to show you guys what I used in the shower. I am obsessed with this guy. It is the Sacha Wand Silver Shampoo. I absolutely adore everything I've tried from this line, not spons. It's the only purple shampoo I found that doesn't leave my hair super dry. A lot of them just leave my hair feeling completely stripped, and it actually feels really soft after I use this. So I'll just leave this in for a couple of minutes so it can tone my hair and get rid of any brassiness. And I've been trying, this is something new. To be honest, I don't have super strong feelings. I think I noticed a difference, but not quite sure. If any of you are cosmos or hair people, let me know what you think of this. I did a lot of research on like lightening products for hair, being that I can't get my highlights, but I still like my hair light and blonde, and I didn't want to do sun-in or like anything that was horrible for my hair. So tried this. It is a vinegar shine rinse with chamomile, which is a natural lightening agent from Chlorine. I can link those below, but I just use it after the shampoo, and it's supposed to help lighten the hair. Jury's out if it works. This is another product I've been using for my blonde right now. It is the Renee Ferderer Okara Blonde Radiance Brightening Spray. So I will just spray this throughout my hair and comb through, and it is supposed to make your hair a little bit lighter as well. This is also, I believe it has chamomile in it. So I haven't seen a major difference, but I don't hate any of the effects. So I've just been playing around with those a little bit. And I want to do a deep conditioning treatment on my hair since I have the time. It's Friday. This is like, oh, does anybody else just, you look forward to those hours you have where you can just do a hair mask, be in the bathroom, give yourself a self tan, whatever it takes to help you feel good. For me, it can be like some good exfoliation, shaving, little teeth whitening. I'll tint my brows. So I'm all about the self-care. This is what I'm using for my deep conditioning treatment. I really, really like this one. It is by Day. I think it's a new brand. Clean at Sephora is what they're calling it. And it was, I think this is a pretty new line. So it smells like orange sherbet or sorbet. I really am enjoying this product, and I will typically dry my hair a little bit after I have shampooed it and I come out of the shower. I use a microfiber turban for my hair, again, since it's so prone to breakage. You can also use a t-shirt. Okay, so we're gonna let our little hair mask sit, and I guess I'm gonna clean up and I think just make some breakfast. I'm gonna try to keep this in for an hour or two, get some work done, but I think that's an amazing thing to do while we have the time during shelter in place. If you can just put a hair mask on while you do something else, make the most of it. Okay guys, here she is, little smoothie power bowl. This is my first time adding celery to a smoothie, but I feel like it's a mild enough flavor where it will still taste good, and we've got lots of super greens in here, so this is a good balance. I think the thing with smoothies sometimes is that they can just be kind of like a sugar bomb, so that's why I add a lot of greens and good fats and protein as well to make it more balanced. So I think you can start with eliminating some of the sugar in your smoothies and perhaps adding in, you know, a protein powder, more greens, just baby steps. This actually has a good amount of blueberries in it, but blueberries are a nice low sugar option that I have learned from my doctor, my holistic medicine doctor, that I should incorporate more berries as a fruit option as opposed to higher sugar things. I'll still have them. This actually has a little banana in it, but I'm just mindful of how I can make things more balanced.
Hands back down on either side of the foot and slowly stretch the leg.
It is a little bit later now, and I made a little bit of a random dish, but sounds good to me. It is soy riso, so like chorizo, but made with soy meat, and then some power greens sauteed, and I put 2 scrambled eggs in there. Can't really see them, but they're in there for a little bit of protein, and then some nutritional yeast on top, which just gives it a little bit of like a cheddar flavor without the dairy. So yeah, quick and easy. Hi guys, it is a little bit later and I just attempted to go for a little walk outside just because it's such a nice day, but honestly there were too many people. I live near a lake, like a little park area, and I was thinking it'd be nice to go for a walk, but just too many people. I got a little overwhelmed, so I came home and just did some more stretching because I've been feeling really just tight and not good. I feel like, especially if you are going to run as much as I have been lately, you really need to make sure to take care of your body and stretch. So it felt good to do a bunch of that today. I'm gonna make this special little, I don't want to say the words like cleanser detox because I think those are very misused, and I think it's become a big part of diet culture, unfortunately, and I don't know, I think there's kind of a negative idea attached to it, and I don't want to be triggering, but this is just, I'd say, like a refreshing, sweet treat when you want just good hydration, but not necessarily water, and you just want to feel nice, I guess. So how I make it is it's a spicy lemonade. So I typically do 1 lemon, a bunch of water, a sprinkle of cayenne, and some stevia, or you can do maple syrup as well, and it's a really tasty little lemonade drink. So I'm gonna make that. And there you go. Cheers.
Through the roof, but intelligence without compassion is so prickly. It's nearly dangerous, and so he really does have both parts of it. And so I think that some of these geniuses that we're talking about, let's say that they don't have a mental disorder of Asperger's or something like that, right? But I think some of these mavericks, they're so out of touch because we gave them a pass, like you were, Michael. We've given them passes, like it's okay to not be empathetic. Well, that's kind of gotten us into a mess, you know, is like not really caring about the other, but more about the mission. And so that feels a little bit like old school war, right? And the real leaders in war, in wartime experiences, they can muster up the men and women who are fighting the war because they believed that they were doing it for the noble cause and because the leader understood them, what the ask was. And so they take hills that were dangerous to take, sometimes giving lives. And I just want to say this note, is if we could shift just a minute, is that empathy is required in the new world. Required. And it's amazing because it's a human ability. Machines can't do it, maybe yet. But empathy is something that's available to us. And the language is isolation, quarantine, solitary type
Negative.
Stuff. It's jail terms. It's all right angles. It's control terms. And it's so dislocated. It's so dislocated from Mother Nature that we went at it wrong. But it's the evidence of the sickness of the way that we are thinking about nature. So what are we at? We're at war with the virus. Virus is nature.
Fear, a lot of anxiety. It caused us to make a lot of decisions that if we would have been a little bit more empathetic or thoughtful about, I think would have put us in a better place. I think that's my individual take as somebody who doesn't have a lot of say in the way the world works. But, you know,
Michael, you have a lot of say in the way your world works.
Here is dinner. Very simple and boring. I was honestly just feeling lazy, so I made some quinoa in the crock pot. This is such an easy go-to of mine. I just cook it in lemon, chicken broth, and a little bit of vegan butter and salt and pepper, and then obviously just little veggies, and chicken that Dylan made us a couple nights ago, last night. So yeah. Okay, so I'm fresh out of the shower. It feels so good to just put on comfy clothes and start winding down for the evening. I do still have to edit this video, but overall I feel really good. I think this quarantine has just given people a lot of time alone with their thoughts and not many means to escape them. So I think it's been really daunting. So I know myself, I've been working extra hard on my mental health, taking accountability and trying to do positive things, because I realize it's everything you consume, and your thoughts become what you consume and they can consume you. So I think kind of the first step was taking ownership, asking for help, and then trying to find means to stop my thoughts when I'm going down kind of a bad road and just be conscious. Not even, I wouldn't say bad, but a negative path. Something my therapist has taught me and I wanted to share with you guys. Immediately as she was telling me and I was thinking about it, I was thinking of you guys and how I wanted to share this tip. I have been practicing it for about 2 weeks now. And basically it entails 3 steps. The first is just observing yourself and observing your thoughts as almost like a separate entity. So this has allowed me to separate whatever feelings I have from my actual self and not associate any guilt with them. And in doing this, I almost like look at myself and I feel like I have more empathy. I try to reserve my judgment and just kind of observing myself. I like see this honestly very precious, like well-meaning, well-intentioned person who lets things get in her own way and puts anxiety in front of herself and puts worry or negative thoughts upon herself when that may not even be how other people perceive her. So just doing that has allowed me to have more empathy for myself as a person. So observing is the first step. Try to just observe your thoughts as they're happening. If you're having, say, an anxiety attack, try to almost imagine yourself watching it happen. The second step is to sort of describe these things and describe the physical sensation you are actually feeling. I think that's also another mechanism for separating your thoughts from yourself. So for example, if I'm having an anxiety attack, this is just worst case scenario, I feel like my chest is tight, I feel the world crashing in on me, I feel maybe shaky, I feel like my head hurts, I'm feeling these physical things, so I just start describing them to myself. I know this is getting like kind of deep, but I don't know if it helps somebody, it's worth it. So you're observing and then you're describing. And the third step is to think about an actionable way you can change your negative thought pattern to a positive activity. I know that sounds cheesy, and the last thing you want to do when you're having an anxiety attack is like take out a journal and do something positive, but I've been trying to do that. And it can be something as simple as just breathing. Breathing signals your body, and we hear so much about why breath is important, but breathing is so important because your anxiety is actually a reasonable reaction to protect you from an actual stress or fear. So it's a survival tactic. You're feeling that anxiety because your body's telling you there's something you should be afraid of. So by taking a deep breath, you essentially offset that worry and you're telling your body, I'm safe. So that's something I am trying to do. I actually really have anxiety in meeting new people, and I feel like post-COVID, it's a little bit elevated because I have been so secluded. So I've been having anxiety attached to being in a social setting 24/7, which I really struggle with, and I know some of you may as well. It doesn't mean you can't be an amazing esthetician. I think almost that like overdrive of sensation and empathy can really work to your advantage, and just I think can make you a really amazing person. I think empathy is so necessary. But I'm trying to set good habits and get those in place so it's not so much of a surprise when I'm back in the real world, having more normal fears and anxiety from the day, that I have these coping strategies sort of set in place. So therapy I think is amazing, but I think those 3 tactics can really help as well. And then I just wanted to mention, I think what you consume is really, really significant, because all these things start influencing your thoughts. So the music, the podcasts, the books you read, all of it has a big effect on our psyches. So bear that in mind. The podcast I was just listening to from The Skinny Confidential is all centered around anxiety. I think it is an incredible episode. It's really mirroring a lot of what I just discussed in my therapy appointment today. So it's like all coming full circle. But I think that episode is incredible, and I will link it below if you guys want to have a listen. They talk about anxiety and breath work as well, which I think is so helpful. So just trying to consume things that are positive and that allow me to have that awareness of my thoughts, so I can take control of them, or at least make my best effort to do that. Okay guys, I'm gonna wrap up the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Let me know what you want to see next, and I will see you guys in the next vlog tomorrow. Love you. Bye.
Never ever meant to be so sour, baby. Running out of steam every day.